Hey everybody, it's March 31st. Oh my god, oh my god. Who's ready for Camp NaNo? Not me. Not me. I'm sorry, I'm not ready. But we'll be okay. Everybody will be okay. It'll all be fine. We'll be able to do it. My goal is not even that hard of a goal to accomplish. So I'm just gonna keep saying I'm gonna be fine. Alright, this is my last vlog for prep for Camp NaNo, April 2018. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think I cut myself off when I was talking about my project, my storylines, and the characters. So I'm just going to jump right in. And it's long, but I don't get to talk about my characters and some of the storylines very often. So I'm talking about it here, okay? You know, writing is a very solitary endeavor, so it's fun to make friends and talk about your writing whenever possible. All right, I will see you after the video. Part of the reason I did realize why my book is so long, that, you know, I'm just balking at 165,000 and I'm only halfway through it, I'm still going, and it's because I have 3 main characters, 3 narrators, each with their own main plot and subplots, so I guess necessarily the book would be longer for that. So I guess I should maybe talk a little bit about my project that I'm doing. It is young adult, urban fantasy, supernatural. It has psychic kids, demonic entities, and supernatural stuff like that, as well as like government conspiracies and secret organizations, kind of the stuff that you expect in urban fantasy at this point, but I hope I'm doing something very interesting with it. So main character 1 is Emily. She is snarky with attitude. She does not like authority figures, mostly because she's had bad experiences with them, so she is fun to write just because she says a lot of the shit that we probably all wish we could say to people, and she just does not care. Like, she will say what's on her mind. I love that about her. Her psychic abilities are kind of all over the place, where she sees spirits, she hears voices. It's kind of normal in what you think of as psychic abilities. Her main storyline has to do with a character named Damon. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on with them. They're just, I don't know. Don't ask me. I have no idea what's going on with my characters, okay? Main character 2 is Paul, Emily's brother. They are half siblings. He is empathic. That is his primary ability, and how it affects like everything, how he processes the world, how he interacts with everybody. His perspective is really fun to write because he's just a very genuine and kind and soft boy. I love him so much. But because of his empathy, he struggles with really knowing himself. He'll take on their personality traits, their emotions. And he has synesthesia, so he has overlapping senses. And he has some of the traditional attributes of synesthesia, where names and numbers might have colors or tastes, and music might look a certain way or taste a certain way. He has a lot of those, but his primary aspect with synesthesia is directly tied to his empathy. So it's very interesting to write his perspective because the description and the details come through his synesthesia and his emotions and feelings, and it's very interesting. It's very weird at the same time too, but his perspective is a lot of fun to write in that regard. Character 3 is Kane. He is also a student. He works with the government organization. He's the one that's actually like an agent for this organization, and he basically becomes Emily's handler in order to protect her. He and Emily are very similar. He is also sarcastic and snarky, but he is very awkward. He doesn't know how to relate to people, and he kind of does what he's told in regards to the organization, but he will also just do what he wants as well. Like, he's very kind of sneaky that way. He acts like he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing, and then he's not. He's not. Don't let him fool you. But he's very similar to Emily in that regard, and at first, like, you just think they're gonna butt heads the entire time, but it pleasantly, surprisingly, they didn't. They get along very well, which is good. They spend most of their time together in the books. Those two, Emily and Kane, have the most overlapping of plots because their time is spent together at the school, and like outside of that, Kane's plot has to do with Emily and the things that are affecting her. He's just approaching it from this organization's perspective of how do we protect this girl when these demonic entities are after her for some reason, and he's really trying to figure it out. And Paul's storyline is often separate. He does have a lot of overlap where he's trying to protect his sister as well, but he's also dealing with his own issues, you know? He can't do everything. He can't sacrifice himself to protect her in a lot of ways, and that's where his journey really goes, is figuring that out and going, oh, like, maybe I do have to think about myself first. Like, it's okay to put myself first. So his journey is very introspective, and it deals a lot with his roommates, who are very important to his subplot, and he starts to get more involved in the organization. That's where Emily is very, like, pushes against that idea. She doesn't want to have any involvement in any of this psychic nonsense. She doesn't want it. She's here, like, basically involuntarily. And Paul really kind of jumps in it and goes, well, if I'm here, then I'm going to figure this out. I'm gonna do whatever I can. I'm gonna learn to control my own abilities and hopefully protect my sister if that's what it comes to be, you know? So those are the three main characters. Now, I do have a large supporting cast, and I guess that will be up for debate once I get to beta readers and further edits. A lot of writing advice says to limit supporting cast, try to combine characters where you can, if you notice that some of them have the same purpose within the plot. I just find that very difficult because each of these characters so far have their own storyline, especially in regards to the main characters. So far I have not figured out if I can get rid of any of these characters. Now, I do think as the series goes, some of the characters will drop off. Not because they're unimportant, but because probably their plot is over, like their storyline is over. So once it's over, they're probably going to be phased out. But when I think about that, I'm like, well, can I give their storyline to one of the characters who's going to stick around? It doesn't really make sense to me right now when I try to look at it that way, and I look at the characters. There's very few of them who do stick around to the very end of this series, because some of them choose to get out of this world and they want to live normal lives. So I don't really want to begrudge them that. I want to let them go. Some of the characters kind of want to have their own spin-off series, and I don't even want to like touch that with a 10-foot pole right now, because like my storyboards go out of control with characters and their stories, and everybody's story wants to be told, and I have no control. I have no self-control. I have no control over these characters. That is my journey as a writer, learning to control my characters. Yeah. All right, so that's the project I'm working on for Camp NaNoWriMo. Psychics, demons, a lot of fun stuff, all the good stuff for urban fantasy. I'm gonna try to set down an actual plan in my calendar, I think. We'll see. We'll see how that figures out, okay? I am here to make my calendar for Camp NaNoWriMo. I have my happy planner out. This is the big one that I use for my writing. It has lined days like this. It's not one of the vertical layouts, so I like to keep track of what I write. Like, I'll just write down what I did for the day, sometimes my goals, just keep track of general word count, pages, scenes that I wrote, kind of what to do next. So that's why I like the spaces like this that I can use for that. So I'm just gonna take this out of here to make it a little bit easier. Let's see. It says the journey is the destination. I think that's pretty that's pretty good for Camp NaNoWriMo. All right, let's see. What am I going to do? I have my regular happy planner out, open to the month of April, where I have all of my appointments listed so far to keep track of the days when I'm going to be busiest. I guess that's basically the thing, is that I know there are certain days, like Tuesdays are often very busy for me because those are the doctor appointments I usually have to drive to get to. I'm usually tired after the end of the day, and I may or may not get my hour of writing in depending on what kind of state I am after traveling and doctor appointments. I did decide that I'm going to track hours for Camp NaNoWriMo because that's how the website is set up. Hours works the best for my project. And I'm thinking I'll do an hour a day. That's just 30 hours, but I figure, you know, if I'm on a writing roll, then I'll be able to do more. That's no problem. But my goal is to at least do an hour a day, or knowing that my Tuesdays are fairly busy, know that probably one of the days that I don't have anything going on, I'll need to make up for it, which that's totally fine with me. So I have these 8 pages to go off of. And I'm on page 3, so I will take out the first 2 pages. And I guess I'm going to break it down each page into thirds and give myself 3 days to work on a page. These are all about the same size, probably the same amount of scenes happen, except for like page 9 where I have this whole section is just dialogue that I've written down for that scene, okay? So I know this page probably won't take me as long. I figure, let me make sure this will actually work out. So if I can do each of these pages in 3 days, I would be able to finish this section that is my goal on the 24th. Leaves me about a week to work further in my outline. That would be great, or give me some catch-up time if I have fallen behind, which can often happen towards the middle of the month. If people get busy, you know, schedules, it can be difficult. Alright, so far all I've written down on the side is just memos for Camp NaNoWriMo, where really what it says is finish the rewrites on my Psychics Draft 2, but that's clearly not like my actual goal because I'm only working on 8 pages of this outline. What I also have written down is a pitch, query letter, and synopsis. And that's just because I want to start thinking about writing those things for querying potentially in the summer, hopefully. And then I just have revise and resub on the 21st and the 22nd, which was something I was interested in participating in online, and clearly that was when I wanted to finish my book in January, February, March. I wanted to have it all done for the revise and resub, but that's not happening this year, but I'm just gonna keep it in mind and check out what other people are doing. I think that'll be really fun. I am hoping that I think in June or so, the next Twitter pitch contest is happening. I think it's in June. And I missed this first one because, again, I was not prepared. But I'm hoping that if I can get some of my pitch and query stuff ready, that in June I can do the Pitch Madness or whatever it is. I think that would actually be really fun. Okay, so I'm going to break down my plan per day. Basically, I'm just gonna say like page 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3 just to break it up into like thirds in my mind. Let's get to it.
I'll be there for you, calling me when you're lonely, dancing on the roof. It feels like rendezvous. You know what to do. Keep your love for me only. I get high on you, yeah, you. Hey,
Okay, now that my hand is sore. Alright, I have it all lined out. 1st through the 24th. I've left this week blank in case I want to play catch up or add on to my goal. But this will get me 24 hours if I only work 1 hour a day. But it will get me to my goal of finishing 10 pages of editing in my outline. So that's not so bad so far, and whatever I can do afterwards will be wonderful. Thursdays and Sundays will probably be my regular posting days for most of my content. Friday and Saturday, if I can swing another video, sure. But for the month of April, while I'm focused on writing, it will just be weekly vlogs on Sundays and any other kind of video on Thursdays. Whatever I can think to do. Sometimes when I need a break too, I might just film a different kind of video. So far, this is my calendar as it is. I will probably update it. Okay, so it just says, let's see if I can zoom in. Goal 1, 3.1, 1 hour, and then I have space for the actual. So I'll probably just fill it in with whatever page I'm on. Focus. There you go. And then as I go, let me put this back in before I forget. So I will be using these spaces in here to keep track of my daily word count, page count, scene count, just like I always do. I did leave some space on here for my stickers because I generally put stickers on my calendar on days that I write. I've gotten little hearts and little stars to put on just to mark days when I actually make my count goal. That would be good. And then I can just put them right on the bottom. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a sticker for every hour I write. Motivation. I don't get to play stickers until I meet my goal. Okay? That's how you motivate me. Stickers. There you go. Alright. So this is my calendar. We'll see.
hey baby, kiss me hard, don't kill my vibe. All my feelings on fire, it's all time. Hey baby, kiss me hard, don't kill my vibe. All my feelings on fire, it's all time. Don't you know I'm time. Don't you know I'm time. It's all time. Don't you know I'm time.
Hi. What's going on? Don't knock over the camera, please. I'll be out there in a minute. Okay, so I decided just real quick to fill in my monthly calendar on my actual daily calendar and fill it in real quick just with the same goals. Then I just basically wrote down the little scenes, kind of breaking down each page. Some of them I'm realizing are a little bit longer than others, and some of them are shorter and probably don't require as much work. So my actual progress will vary day to day. This starts on April 2nd. Do you know what really bothers me is that the calendar is here, and then the first day of April is over here all by its lonesome. with March. I just, you know, it's just, anyway, some of these scenes I wrote just the bears, like the main characters that are in it, and I know this story, so I know what's happening, but I got to a certain point where I was like, oh, once I start moving up these scenes, it changes the outline for the next couple weeks. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out as I go, I guess. I'll just, once I start moving scenes up, it's gonna rearrange probably some of the scenes I have actually written down here, but that's okay. This is just to kind of keep me on track, and I will still just be writing down my word count. Basically, I like to keep a running track of it because, you know, otherwise I'd probably be really shocked right now if I looked at my book and it was 165,000 words. But because I keep track of it, and I know, I know. Alright, I keep track of it usually here in this note section. I do my beginning, word count, and page count, and then I write where I leave off on my word count. Okay, so I have calendar done, daily goals filled in, but this will really be playing it by ear. I'm actually getting really excited because I still love this book, even though I've been working on it for a while. I would be really excited to be able to finish it. Time to actually get some writing done, mates.
I'll be there for you, calling me when you're lonely, dancing on the roof. It feels like rendezvous. You know what to do. Keep your love for me only. I get high on you, yeah, you. Hey baby, kiss me hard, don't kill my vibe. All my feelings on fire, it's all time. Hey baby, kiss me hard, don't kill my vibe. All my feelings on fire, it's all time. Don't you my vibe.
I just got back from an appointment. It's, I don't even know what time it is. It's 4:40. It's always like 4 o'clock or 7 o'clock when I'm doing these. I don't really know why. I guess that's just the time I have available to me. We got to stop at the store to pick up dog food, and they had little chicks and ducklings. So I got some video of that because they were super cute in their little cages under the lights. I want to take them all home with me. Super, super cute.
Hey baby, kiss me hard, don't kill my vibe. All my feelings on fire, it's all time. Hey baby, kiss me hard, don't kill my vibe. All my feelings on fire, it's all time. Don't kill my vibe. Don't kill my vibe. It's all time. Don't kill my vibe.
Alright, that is the end of the vlog before Camp NaNoWriMo. Yes, yes, I'm excited. I have my calendar all made out. I don't know how I'll be sticking to it, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I'm ready. It'll be good. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. Okay, so I will be updating weekly vlogs every Sunday during Camp NaNoWriMo. That'll be fun. I will be doing daily updates on Twitter and Instagram. So if you don't follow me there yet, go ahead and do so now and subscribe to my channel for all of the updates. If you have a channel where you'll be doing updates about your Camp NaNoWriMo project, please let me know so I can go follow you and share in the Camp NaNoWriMo experience. I have all my links to my profiles listed down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next Sunday. I guess when I get to the beta rutabaga? like rutabaga. My neighbor just sneezed. Again. Bless you.